Before we dive into today's forgotten secret, make sure you're subscribed to Legacy of Survival, the channel where history's lost tricks, survival secrets and forgotten knowledge come back to life. If you love uncovering what time tried to erase, hit subscribe now. You won't want to miss what's coming. Because here's the shocking truth most people don't realize. Nearly 80 years ago, soldiers were drinking safer water than many people do today, without electricity, chemicals, or disposable filters. This isn't hype, it's history. And it starts in the middle of World War II, when clean water meant the difference between staying combat ready and being taken out by disease faster than any enemy weapon. Why water was a bigger threat than bullets. During World War II, armies didn't just fight enemies. They fought dysentery, cholera, typhoid, and countless waterborne illnesses. In many theatres of war, especially across Africa, Asia, and the Pacific, surface water was dangerously contaminated. Boiling required fuel. Chemical treatments altered taste and weren't always trusted. Portable, modern-style filters didn't exist yet. So militaries turned to something ancient, durable, and brutally effective: ceramic filtration. Not plastic, not carbon cartridges, fired clay. The World War II ceramic filter breakthrough. By the late 1930s and early 1940s, ceramic water filters had already been refined for civilian and military use. British and German forces in particular relied heavily on ceramic candle filters made from diatomaceous earth and fine clay, fired at high temperatures to create microscopic pores. Here's the key detail that matters. Those pores were small enough to physically block bacteria and protozoa. Not reduce them, not weaken them, block them. When water passed through the ceramic, pathogens were left behind on the surface. Clean water dripped out the other side. No power, no moving parts, no chemicals. And unlike modern filters designed to be replaced every few weeks, these ceramic elements could last for years, sometimes decades. What made the ceramic method so powerful? The genius of the system was its simplicity. Ceramic filters worked through mechanical exclusion. If a microorganism was larger than the pore, it stayed out. Period. Most disease-causing bacteria are far larger than the pore size of well-made ceramic filters. World War II-era ceramic elements were thick, robust, and intentionally slow. The slower the flow, the better the filtration. Soldiers learned quickly that patience meant survival. And when the filter clogged, you didn't throw it away, you scrubbed it. The self-renewing filter was something soldiers truly trusted. Now, this is the part modern manufacturers rarely talk about. When a ceramic filter slowed down, soldiers would simply remove it and gently scrub the outer surface with a brush or a cloth. That process removed the trapped contaminants and exposed fresh ceramic underneath. Each cleaning restored the flow. And because the filter was solid all the way through, it could be cleaned dozens, sometimes even hundreds, of times. In effect, the filter renewed itself. As long as the ceramic wasn't cracked, it just kept working. No subscriptions, no replacements shipped from overseas, just knowledge and basic care. Silver and the silent backup defense. Many World War II ceramic filters were also impregnated with silver. Not for marketing, but for microbiology. Silver is naturally antimicrobial, and when embedded into the ceramic, it prevented bacteria from multiplying on the filter surface itself. That meant cleaner storage, reduced biofilm buildup, and safer long-term use, even in hot climates. This wasn't guesswork. It was deliberate engineering based on early bacteriological science. And, well, it worked. Why did this method fade from memory? After the war, convenience won. Plastics became cheap. Disposable filters became profitable. Municipal water systems expanded. People stopped thinking about filtration as a skill and started treating it as a product. But the old ceramic systems never stopped working. In fact, in many rural parts of the world, nearly identical ceramic filters are still in daily use today, providing safe drinking water without electricity or chemicals. The difference is that most people in industrialized countries have simply forgotten they exist. Now, what can and can't the World War II ceramic method do? Let's stay grounded in facts. Ceramic filtration is incredibly effective against bacteria and parasites. It dramatically improves taste and clarity, and it requires no power and minimal maintenance. But it does not remove dissolved chemicals, heavy metals, or viruses on its own. During World War II, the primary threat was biological contamination, not industrial pollution. For that mission, ceramic filtration was perfect. Understanding the limits is part of respecting the history. Why this still matters right now? Here's where this gets practical. Power outages, supply chain disruptions, emergency situations, remote living, travel, long-term preparedness. Modern filters break. Cartridges expire, replacement parts vanish, but a well-made ceramic filter can sit on a shelf for years and still work the moment you need it. That's not nostalgia, that's resilience, and that's exactly why militaries trusted it when failure wasn't an option. The real lesson World War II left behind, the most important takeaway, isn't just the filter itself, it's the mindset behind it. World War II engineers didn't design for convenience. They designed for reliability, longevity, and independence. They assumed resupply might never come. They assumed the user might be exhausted, injured, or under pressure. So they built something that worked anyway. That philosophy is the real survival secret. Why forever isn't an exaggeration. When people say these filters last forever, they're not claiming magic. They're pointing to material reality. Fired ceramic doesn't expire. As long as the structure remains intact, it continues to filter the same way it did on day one. There are ceramic filters manufactured before the war that still function today. That's not marketing. That's physics. Compare that to modern filters designed to fail on schedule. This is where things get clever. Unlike complex systems, ceramic filtration scales down beautifully. It works just as well for one person as it does for a family. Gravity does the work, time does the rest. And in a true survival scenario, fewer moving parts always wins. That's a lesson history keeps repeating. The forgotten skill worth remembering. Knowing that this method exists changes how you think about water. It shifts filtration from a consumable to a capability. From something you buy to something you understand. And once you understand it, you're no longer dependent on constant replacements or fragile systems. That's the kind of knowledge legacy of survival exists to preserve. The past still knows things we've forgotten. World War II forced humanity to solve problems under pressure. Clean water was one of them. Ceramic filtration wasn't flashy. It didn't look futuristic. But it saved lives quietly, consistently, and without complaint. And decades later, it still can. So, if this surprised you, if it made you rethink what modern really means, you're in the right place. If you enjoyed uncovering this forgotten World War II survival method, make sure you subscribe to Legacy of Survival, hit the like button to help this knowledge reach more people, and share this video with someone who still thinks clean water requires batteries and plastic. History has more secrets to reveal, and you don't want to miss the next one.